Well, it's July 4th. Yeehaw. And it's about 2 o'clock, I guess. Quarter till, according to the sundial in my pocket. Anyway, got permission to dig behind the Wamsley's office, which used to be 1011 Church. 1010 and 1011. There's some confusion there for a while because it was a duplex. And being right on the property line here, it's hard to tell what I just probed out might go to. There was a house that went this way behind me. That's the garage and the alley in front of me, so that would have been the backyard. That one was brick and dated to at least 1869. The one that was here dated to at least 1885. So whatever this might be should have some age to it, one way or another. Won't know till I get to digging. Typical story, broken record. So we got the shovels, we got the time. I'm just going to do an exploratory hole and see what happens, see if I can find a wall. So far probing does not come up with a wall, so I'm a little concerned. Okay, so this never happens. As you can see, there's one little shovel hole and one little shovel load. And the first thing to come out of that one little shovel load is a clay marble. That never happens. Never ever. One shovel. Where are we? One clay marble. One shovel, one clay marble. Hey, if the rest of the day goes like this, we'll be swimming in artifacts. Yeah, after about a half hour of digging, if that, hit an immediate use layer, mostly burned, looks like burnt crap from maybe a barrel, and they dumped it in the hole. Because as soon as you get down a foot below this burn crap, there's some interesting older stuff. The burn crap looks like it's 1930s, but first decent bottle to come out of here is a fairly early Hofbauer Brothers, probably late 1890s, early 1900s. It's tool top. Does have the number 3 instead of Roman numeral 3, so that's the newer version, but it's got the old style neck and lip finish, so yeah, 1890s. And I did dig up a broken herbine, or erbine, I'm not sure which it's pronounced. I'm familiar with these, I've dug them up before, but this one really looks old compared to the ones I've dug. But sometimes they just look that way. Anyway, can't wait to see what's at the bottom. Well, it only took me an hour to dig up my next whole bottle with any embossing on it. I did dig up a ketchup, and that's it. These are the only 3 whole bottles: ketchup and the Hofbauer, and then this guy from Monroe City. A cool little pharmacy. Looks like it's a L.C. Saunders Pharmacy, Monroe City. Very cool. That's a little far by horse and buggy from here. I'll take it. Well, about 2 hours into it, and we're kind of knocking down a wall. Haven't hit the bottom yet, but I did hit a sewer line down here, which is kind of throwing the dates all over the place. It's really weird. I dug up like an 1860s Burnett's Cocoane, and then this bad boy came rolling out. I was sure it was going to be pontiled. Reynolds Gout Specific from London. Oh, baby. It's a smooth base. I don't even think the lip is applied, but boy, oh boy, the embossing looks like they reused the same mold for a million years. I love it. Anyway, back up in the bank here. We got one bottle, we got another medicine. And I did dig up the remnants of a cathedral pepper sauce. And there's the cathedral pepper sauce piece. And the base to a Warner's Safe remedy, cure, whatever. I'm going to have to throw a cover over this pretty soon if I'm going to do any of my plans for the 4th of July, which is no big deal. Okay, a interesting dig for certain. The real interesting one was this Gout specific Reynolds from London. What a funky crude looking bottle that is. And yet the lip finish and the base don't look hardly older than 1890s, you know, and yet the body of this thing is just funky looking, and it even is kind of almost whittly looking. At first I thought I had my first husband's calcined magnesium or whatever it is, which I've dug broken, but I've never dug a whole one of those. And I've never dug a broken one of these. Glad this wasn't one of those broken ones. The Burnett's Cocoane are always a favorite of mine to dig. One of these came out of the very first bottle dig I ever was on. Matter of fact, it's the only embossed bottle I remember that came out where we were digging, and everybody, adults included, thought it was cocaine, Burnett's Cocaine. I've got one that's got a blown mold, it looks like, and it looks, well, it came out of an 1860s era pit. I don't think these come pontiled. I don't recall ever seeing or hearing of one, but I've heard that the older ones are smaller, slightly smaller in size. Although I don't recall ever seeing one of those either. Did see one at a bottle show recently that had a less thick of a lip. It was kind of more typical flat-lipped. These are almost like a donut lip on them or something. And then the ever-present Mrs. Winslow Soothing Syrup. This one was kind of a fun dig just because it wasn't very deep. Didn't take a whole lot of time to dig out. And there was some fairly old stuff in there. It was kind of hard to gauge just what was going on because there was a sewer pipe and some other weird things going on. Aside from a mix of age that just was kind of jumbled, so hard to tell, but it was fun, and there were bottles. That's kind of what it's all about. Bottles and fun and bottles.